Hey, this is Mr. Easton with Homework Help. Today we're going to talk about factors, prime, and composite numbers. So I've got two numbers listed on the screen up here. I've got 12 and I've got 7. And what I've done is I have come up with all of the arrays that you can make with the number 12. Another way to think about that is all the multiplication equations that equal 12. So we've got 1 times 12, 2 times 6, and 3 times 4. For the 7, I've come up with all the ways that you can make a 7, which is only one way, 1 times 7. So what I've got here, I've got an example of a prime and a composite number. A prime number is a number that has only one factor pair, or has two factors, and it's always 1 and itself. So in this case, the number 7 is a prime number because it has 1 and itself as factors and nothing else, and that's it. So we've talked in class about how every prime number except the number 2 is going to be an odd number. So if you have an even number, you can guarantee it's not going to be prime. If it's an odd number, you at least have to check to see if it could be prime. Over here with the number 12, it is an even number, so it automatically isn't prime. It's going to be what's called composite, and that just means it has more than two factors. It has 1 in itself, but it also has 2, 6, 3, and 4. So it is a composite number. The number 1 is not prime or composite, by the way. It is kind of by itself because prime number has two factors, composite number has more than two factors, and 1 only has 1 as a factor. So let's go ahead and take a look at the next quick thing, which is just a way to arrange our factors so that it's kind of helpful to make sure we don't miss anything. We're going to look at the number 24 real quick. So I'm going to write down the number 24. And we're going to think about all the ways that we can come up with to make 24 with multiplication. So we've got 1 and 24. We've got 2 and 12. We've got 3 and 8. We've got 4 and 6. So one thing I like to do when I'm trying to come up with all the ways is I like to start with my one fact, then kind of work my way down. 1 doubles to 2, 2 doubles to 4. And then what happens is, as I double one of my factors, my other factor halves. So 24 halved to 12, and 12 halved to 6. And you can kind of check those other numbers in there too. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to arrange it in a way, and we've been calling it a factor rainbow. You could very easily call it anything, factor smiley face, factor circle. It just depends on how you want to show your work. So you're going to put the factors in order from smallest to largest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, and 24. And so we're going to connect those. That way we can see that they all are connecting here. 1 and 24, 2 and 12, 3 and 8, 4 and 6. So we call this our factor rainbow. And what this does, number 1, it gives us a nice easy way to organize our list. But more than that, it kind of tells us when we can stop checking to see if we're missing anything. Without checking, it's going to be kind of hard to know where we stop. So what we do is we're going to look at the first half of our list. Our 1 through 4 is the first half of our list. And we're going to see, did we miss any numbers in between 1 through 4? So we didn't, because we go 1, 2, 3, 4. We didn't miss any of those counting numbers. If we were missing a counting number, we would check that number to see if it is also a factor of 24. Then you're also going to check in between your middle two numbers to see if it happens to be a factor. So in between 4 and 6, we have the number 5. So we check to see if 5 is a factor of 24, and we count by 5s, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. It obviously isn't a factor of 24. So once we've checked that middle number and the first half of our rainbow, we are done and we don't have to check any other numbers. So it's just a quick way to kind of make sure you've got all of the factors of a number. And since this number happens to have more than one factor pair, it is a composite number, not a prime number. This is Mr. Easton with Homework Help. Good luck, and I'll see you in class tomorrow.